So let's consider how we evaluate arguments or evidence presented to us. Firstly, remember that truth depends on your perspective. Each of us, as we read information, enter with our own bias and perspective on the topic. In academia, we really need to be critical of the sources of information that we're presented with and even the sources that we search for ourselves. And to do this, we use the RAOC framework. The RAOC stands for Relevance, Authority, Objectivity, and Currency. So first of all, your research process requires delving into a range of sources of information to find data that will help support your argument. When you find something you think is relevant, then you need to critically analyse whether it's appropriate to use. And this is where the RAOC is an effective tool. First of all, we need to consider the relevance. So is the information you found relevant to your research topic? And remember, just because that resource appears in your search results doesn't mean it will be relevant to your research topic. You need to question, how would this information be useful? And also consider then the relevance. So what aspect of the topic does that information cover? So some resources will be much more comprehensive than others. Those that provide a broad look at your topic can be handy for an overview and to establish content. But on the other hand, some resources might be quite narrow in focus, but still be useful for one particular aspect of your topic to provide scholarly depth. The next stage is the authority, and we're looking at who's produced the information, where's it been published, and does it clearly show the author has used research to validate their claims. So first of all, who produced the information? You need to identify the author or the organisation responsible for the information and decide whether they are trustworthy. You also need to consider the publication. Is it highly regarded? Then if so, then there's less need to question the credibility of the authors. For example, peer-reviewed journals and publications sponsored by government or educational bodies. Does the information show the author has used research to validate their claims? To do this, the authority and trustworthiness of information is increased if you can see that the author has also done their own research into the topic. Scholarly resources will usually be formally referenced and include a list of citations or references. The next thing we look at is objectivity. So is the information presented in a factual way, and does the resource present a balanced view? So firstly, scholarly resources generally adopt a non-emotional, detached tone and provide evidence for all claims made. And information that relies on emotional language or generalizations and unsubstantiated claims would usually not be suitable for academic purposes. The information should also be presented in a scholarly way and generally balanced in its presentation. So this means contrasting viewpoints where applicable should be acknowledged. However, you can still use information that presents one side of your topic, as long as you are aware that there are other perspectives. And finally, we need to look at the currency of the information. So when was it published? In the case of web pages, sometimes you can't find a date for when it was created or last updated. However, it's important that you can identify when the information was published or made available. So generally, as a rule, we seek current up-to-date resources, especially if quoting statistics. However, if you need some historical perspectives on your topic, an older resource might be appropriate. So following these steps will enable you to source relevant and credible sources of information to support any argument you are writing.